Welcome. I'm Barb Cline, the 2020 SEDC President. In recognition of local, state, and federal COVID guidelines, the 2021 SEDC Annual Meeting is being brought to you virtually. We hope you enjoy the year's program and look forward to returning to an in-person format in 2022. It's been my sincere privilege to serve as President of SEDC during the past year. While 2020 was certainly a year filled with unique challenges, it was also a year of opportunity and growth for both SEDC and Spearfish. I would like to take a few moments to recognize and thank some of the individuals and organizations that have given their time, energy, and resources to achieving our shared mission of economic development. The City of Spearfish's commitment to economic development efforts is a major strength of our community. SEDC thanks Mayor Danneboke, the Spearfish City Council, and City Administrator Mike Harmon for their partnership and recognizing the important role SEDC plays in the ongoing growth and prosperity of our community. We would also like to recognize some of our other economic development partners, including Black Hills State University, the Rushmore Region Economic Development Alliance, Western Dakota Tech, Black Hills Community Economic Development, and the South Dakota Governor's Office of Economic Development. SEDC is fortunate to have a very talented and dedicated board of directors and staff that are committed to supporting the Spearfish community. As my term as SEDC board president comes to an end, I can truly say that our organization is in very good hands for many years to come. Finally, we cannot thank our members enough for investing in SEDC. Without your financial support, feedback, and involvement, SEDC would not be the strong organization that it is today. For more information on membership in SEDC, we would encourage you to visit the SEDC website or contact our offices at 642-3832. Before moving into the board nominating committee report, I would first like to recognize Cody Byram and Wayne Cline, who are completing their term with 6 years of service on the SEDC board. Cody and Wayne have been integral to SEDC's ongoing progression and success, so it is my pleasure to present them with these plaques in recognition of their services. Cody.
Thank you, Barb. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. And Wayne Cline. Thank you.
It's been an honor and a pleasure. Thanks.
We appreciate both of you gentlemen. We were fortunate to have had 6 quality applicants to fill these 2 positions on the board. The applicants were evaluated by the SEDC Nominating Committee, and the SEDC board voted to nominate Thomas Worsley from Monument Health and James Mortensen from Black Hills Community Bank to serve 3-year terms on the board of directors. The board also voted to nominate current board member Priscilla Romkema to serve a second 3-year term. We thank the SEDC membership for voting earlier to confirm and ratify these nominations. SEDC is fortunate to have a talented group of individuals who volunteer their time and expertise to lead SEDC. The SEDC Nominating Committee has recommended a slate of officers that have been ratified by the board to serve in these roles for 2021. It is my honor to announce the 2021 executive officers of SEDC. Past President Barb Cline, Prairie Hills Transit, President Kevin Rhoades, Whites Canyon Motors, President-elect Joe Conklin, City Brew Coffee, Qdoba, Vice President Whitney Driscoll, 2 Points Ranch, and Secretary-Treasurer Ryan Wardeman, the Real Estate Center. At this time, I will turn the program over to our new SEDC President, Kevin Rhoades.
Thank you, Barb. On behalf of the entire SEDC board, I would like to thank you for your tremendous leadership during this past year. Your vision, dedication, and enthusiasm for the Spearfish community should serve as an example to us all. It is my pleasure to present you with this plaque on behalf of the entire SEDC Board of Directors.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And good luck, Kevin.
Thank you. I am extremely grateful for this opportunity, and I am honored to be serving side by side with such a talented group of individuals. I would like to take a moment to thank and recognize the SEDC Board of Directors. It is now my pleasure to introduce Spearfish City Administrator Mike Harmon and SEDC Director Kory Menken, who will share with us SEDC and Spearfish updates.
Thank you, Kevin, for that introduction. I appreciate it. Mike Harmon, City Administrator for the City of Spearfish, and it's my pleasure to be here with you virtually today to discuss a public-private partnership affectionately known as Skyridge. What is Skyridge exactly? It is a workforce housing project and associated sports complex. The workforce housing project will consist of approximately 150 to 181 homes constructed by a company called Dream Designs International. The City of Spearfish entered into a development agreement with Dream Designs International that governs the relationship of this particular project, and one of the requirements in that agreement is for them to construct at least 30 homes a year in the price points that we've established. So what are those price points, and what does affordable mean? 40% of the homes must be constructed at $175,000 or below. 40% of the homes in this project must be constructed at $225,000 and below. And the remaining 20% of the homes in this project can be constructed at $275,000 or below. So what does that get a potential homeowner or buyer? It will buy them a home that is built on a slab foundation with at least a single-car garage, 2x6 construction on the exterior walls, asphalt shingles, quality materials in the flooring and insulation, double pane windows, etc. We, the City of Spearfish and Dream Designs International, wanted to ensure that we had a quality project that was both affordable and sustainable for the buyer in the long term. Let's talk a little bit about who can buy these homes. So buyers that are in the 10% income tax bracket will have first right of refusal on the homes that are priced at $175,000 and below. Buyers who are in the 12% federal income tax bracket will have first right of refusal on the homes that are $225,000 and below. And then buyers in the 22% tax bracket will have first right of refusal at the homes in the $275,000 tax bracket. So those buyers who are on the waiting list now and will continue to be added to the waiting list with Dream Designs International's will be able to have first right of refusal on those homes in their respective tax bracket and price points until a certificate of occupancy is issued. If nobody has expressed interest or signed a contract for that home, once a certificate of occupancy is issued, then any buyer could have access to those homes. As a part of the agreement with Dream Designs International, we require the homeowner to be living in that home and occupying the home for a period of at least 2 years prior to selling it in order to retain all of the potential profit that they may have as they sell the home down the road. What happens if they sell the home prior to the 2 years? They're required to repay to the City of Spearfish any profits they made less improvements. So in other words, if they put $10,000 of landscaping into this particular project on their own, they have a $20,000 profit, they owe the City of Spearfish a check back for $10,000. Our goal there is so that people don't flip the homes. We want these homes to remain as affordable for as long as possible. This particular project will take up about 40 acres of the footprint, and as you see on the design in front of you or the layout in front of you, it will be directly adjacent to the sports complex. So I'm going to take a second and just let you review what is on your screen. So now as we move on and talk about the associated sports complex, if you look at that particular layout that's on your screen, the front half of the parcel that the city bought is approximately 80 acres, with the housing taking 40 and the sports complex taking 40. As part of the bid package for phase 1 of the housing, which will bring on approximately 60 lots to be available to Dream Designs International for construction of homes in the first 2 years, the other 40 acres on the front half is designated to be a sports complex. One of the things that the mayor and the council's heard is there's tremendous pressure and competition for available sports fields, green space, etc., both with softball, baseball, and soccer. And so we really felt with this project we could economize on some of the mobilization of equipment, the tax increment finance district, et cetera, and help offset some of the costs of a sports complex. So you can see that we have 4 regulation size softball fields and we have 6 regulation size soccer fields that are all part of the rough grading package with phase 1, and we've got parking for approximately 450 cars. We know parking is important and often under thought through when we're designing these complexes. So we've done our best to squeeze as much parking as we can possibly get into the sports complex. The final design details are being established right now for the sports complex, and it is anticipated council will consider letting that project for bid around the end of April or early May. So this is a very exciting project overall. Approximately $17 million will go into the development of both Skyridge Affordable Housing Complex and the associated sports complex. And then again, as you see on your screen, we've got some area there toward the northwest that could be used for potential mountain bike, skills park, etc. That space is yet to be defined in terms of its long-term plan. Very exciting project, one that I think will move our community even farther forward. We often hear from people who want to live in Spearfish but can't due to the price of housing, and so this really allow a number of people to join our community, shop in our restaurant, or excuse me, eat in our restaurants, shop at our stores, go to our schools, etc. And then the tournaments will bring people from Montana and Wyoming and Nebraska and others as we host state softball and state soccer tournaments and regional softball and regional soccer tournaments. So great project, one that benefits many and one that we here at the City of Spearfish and Dream Designs is very excited for. Thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate being with you virtually and wish everyone a great 2021.
Thank you, Mike. We sincerely appreciate all you and the city do for both SEDC and the Spearfish community. I again would like to thank everyone for joining us today at our first and hopefully last virtual SEDC annual meeting. 2020 was an extremely busy year for our organization. While assisting with the retention and economic well-being of our existing Spearfish businesses has always been a top priority for our team, those efforts were expanded significantly throughout the past 10 months. We sincerely hope the information, advocacy, and guidance provided by SEDC was of great value to you and your businesses during these unprecedented times. As we enter 2021, we look forward to resuming our in-person business roundtables and training workshops as soon as circumstances allow. Although the vast majority of our trade show activities were postponed in 2020, SEDC certainly did not abandon our efforts to attract new businesses and workforce talent to the community. In addition to launching several new strategic marketing initiatives, SEDC is actively working with several out-of-state companies that have identified Spearfish for possible relocation or expansion. We are also very proud to have played a key role in the creation of the new Skyridge workforce housing development. In the upcoming year, SEDC will remain increasingly focused on achieving the objectives outlined in the SEDC strategic plan, as well as addressing key community issues such as workforce recruitment and the continued diversification of our economic base. We also look forward to continuing to identify synergies and economic efficiencies with our colleagues at Visit Spearfish in the Spearfish Area Chamber of Commerce in order to create a more cohesive community strategy. We believe this is an exciting opportunity to move our community forward while delivering a greater return on investment to our respective memberships and the taxpayers of Spearfish. As Barb noted, none of this would be possible without the financial support and active involvement of the SEDC membership. If you have not already renewed your SEDC membership for 2021, we would invite you to do so soon. We look forward to continuing to work as a team in growing and developing our Spearfish community. It is now my pleasure to share with you the 2020 Spearfish Progress video. Thank you.
Indeed, 2020 will be a year that is long remembered for many things. For Spearfish, it may well be the endurance and resilience of the community, both in its people and its economy. While all of our lives were redirected to help one another weather the pandemic, the creativity, ingenuity, and unflinching belief in one another, fueled by our pioneering spirit, helped propel the city's economy to unprecedented levels. This past year saw the decade of the 2020s open with a remarkable economic record. The city shattered the 2017 record of building permit valuation by nearly $3 million. SEDC reports a new benchmark of nearly $55 million for 2020. That's an all-time record. And other factors pointed to a solid year. End-of-the-year municipal sales tax for 2020 was up 7% compared to 2019. And perhaps even more surprisingly, in a year with a lot of travel restrictions, the city's hospitality tax, also known as third penny, bucked the trends of most communities by increasing 2% over last year. Tourists came to Spearfish from other parts of the state and from all corners of the nation.
We're from Springdale, Arkansas, which is the northwest part of Arkansas. Looking around the country, this is a place we've never been. We love the fact that you're open.
Real estate activity is near an all-time high, and business investment inquiries have been coming into SEDC at a twice normal rate, pointing to a bright future economically. Who would have thought? Spearfish would. In 2020, the community set a record for new residential building permits as more than 100 new housing units are going up. And more are on the way. October saw the groundbreaking for the new Skyridge housing development at Exit 17. Up to 150 homes are planned over the next 5 years to help meet the upcoming workforce housing demand. The development will also include a sports complex with soccer fields and softball fields, as well as a proposed mountain bike park. Already more than 150 potential occupants are on a waiting list, with the first homes expected to be move-in ready this fall. Housing in all quarters of the city continues to be at the forefront of Spearfish development. The homestead at Countryside continues to take shape east of Sandstone Hills. All infrastructure is in place, and the first home is already built. And homes continue to go up at Top Shelf on the city's west side. And it was a banner year for construction at the Reserve off Exit 8. Residential growth on the east edge of Spearfish continues at Elkhorn Ridge. In the Spearfish Business and Industrial Park, Keating Resources has purchased the 51,000 square foot former Polaris building. And after renovation, they will lease space for distribution and manufacturing, and for climate-controlled storage. Elsewhere in the park during 2020, Black Hills Moto moved into its new location at 215 Industrial Drive. One Oak has now settled in to its newly completed Northern Hills headquarters. Solmax has completed expansion on the east side of their facility. And at Access Point, Zeeb's Greenhouse has established a new location. Also in the park, Rolling Bones Outfitters has expanded its operation with the hiring of new employees. This fits well within Spearfish's mission of expanding its branding as an outdoor sports and recreation hub. Rolling Bones booking services and nationwide network of hunting specialists and outdoor e-commerce software just completed its biggest year yet and will soon be looking for larger quarters within the City of Spearfish. Monument Health has completed its rebranding with plans in the near future to significantly enhance its facility within the Spearfish community. Bay Equity has opened a new office on East Colorado Boulevard, and Heritage Plaza welcomed a new tenant with the addition of the Family Dollar store in December. In the downtown area, work on the Jackson Boulevard project continues. Phase 2 is in the works for 2021. This will include the removal of traffic lights and installation of a single-lane roundabout at Jackson and Ames. The roundabout will feature landscaping with a BHSU sculpture in the center to act as a gateway to campus. Also included in Phase 2 are new decorative LED lighting, extension of bike lanes, enhancement of the Spearfish Creek Bridge, and a new welcome gateway sign to be constructed right off I-90 as you enter the city from exit 12. CarQuest plans to build a new store this year on land that was cleared during the fourth quarter of 2020. Real Deals opened next door to Common Grounds in the space formerly occupied by Black Hills Energy, which moved its offices to West Spearfish in 2019. Also downtown, Spearfish Physical Therapy is now open in their new location next to Two Wheeler Dealer. And Antunes Cuisine has expanded with the opening of a food and wine shop. Also of note, Spearfish Brewing with brewmaster Nathan Venner earned recognition as one of the nation's top 10 breweries in America after competition at the U.S. Beer Open. This is just a snapshot of the many exciting things happening in the Spearfish community. This decade has opened with a record-setting flourish of economic activity. And as we focus on 2021 and beyond, Spearfish has never been as well positioned for unprecedented positive growth, both economically and in the quality of life for our residents.
Our guest speaker for tonight's program is Black Hills State University President, Dr. Laurie Nichols. Dr. Nichols is a native of Coleman, South Dakota, and received her bachelor's degree in secondary education from South Dakota State University. Advanced degrees include a master's degree in adult education from Colorado State University and a PhD in Family and Consumer Sciences, Education, Family Studies from Ohio State University. Prior to becoming BHSU's 11th president, Dr. Nichols served as interim president at Northern State University, provost and vice president for academic affairs at South Dakota State University, and the 26th president of the University of Wyoming, the first woman ever to hold that post. Dr. Nichols is passionate about working with young people in reaching their educational and career goals and developing leadership skills. She is married to Dr. Timothy Nichols, Dean of the Davison Honors College at the University of Montana, and mother to two daughters, Jordan and Hannah. We are fortunate she has chosen to call Spearfish home. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Laurie Nichols.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be with you for the annual meeting of the Spearfish Economic Development Corporation. I recall being at this last year's meeting and leaving very impressed with the quality of the program and especially the award winners. So I begin by offering my congratulations to those that are being honored today as award recipients, as well as those being recognized for serving on the board of directors. There are others I'm sure being recognized, and then I want to say a special thanks to Kory for his leadership. It seems impossible that I've been at BH and in Spearfish for 19 months already, but I have. And I have enjoyed it so much. This is a very special community in a beautiful part of the country, and I have the privilege to work with some wonderful people at Black Hills State University. Today I'd like to share with you some major initiatives at Black Hills State, and I'll do my best to tie our work into the broader efforts of economic development in Spearfish and the Black Hills. Let me begin by sharing a revision of our mission statement. A mission statement is our purpose or our reason for being. I want to begin with the first sentence that says Black Hills State University is a regional, comprehensive, public institution that provides access to a higher education for aspiring students. And then it ends by saying its graduates make significant contributions to the workforce and the betterment of their community. Two words that stand out for me, one, access, and the other, workforce. So let me dive into both with some updates on how we are working to make ourselves even more accessible and more closely connected to the regional workforce needs. Access is about getting students to enroll at Black Hills State, and many of you know that enrollment has been of concern at BH for some time. And of course, COVID didn't help that much at all. We've done a lot of work around enrollment, but I want to highlight two things that stand out to me. First is a restructuring of the university to place much more emphasis on enrollment. On July 1, we went live with the new Division of Enrollment Management. It was formerly called the Division of Student Affairs. And we hired a new vice president who brings enrollment management experience. Dr. John Allred joined us from Southern Utah University. And then we reorganized offices into this division if enrollment and registration was their major focus. This included offices like admissions, financial aid, and the registrar's office, but it also included the Veterans Office, our federally funded TRIO program, Res Life, and then finally, we stood up a new Student Success Center, something that we didn't have before. And we placed services in this center if they were highly focused on retention and student success. This included a brand new advising center where students receive their academic advising in their first 2 years while students here. High school dual enrollment falls here, as does testing, tutoring, orientation, and onboarding. And then finally, we opened a new career center. All of this is important in retaining students and keeping them on track for a 4-year graduation. The Career Center, however, is equally important to our employers who hire part-time labor, might want to find an intern, or fill a vacancy with a graduate from Black Hills State. We, in turn, would like to provide job options to our students, both while they're a student here, as well as when they graduate. Opening a center like this is like opening a door to the community and to the region. Andrea Bakeberg is our new coordinator, and we could not be more delighted to offer our students and employers this resource. The second thing we did was hire a national consultant, Ruffalo Noel Levitz. We refer to them as RNL, to work with us to create a 10-year strategic enrollment plan. This is a comprehensive plan that helps us set goals for enrollment and then put in place programs, services, and resources so we can achieve our goals. We've been hard at it for about 15 months, and we expect to complete it by about March 1. Once we have it done, we will immediately move into implementation. There are a lot of parts to this plan as it spans recruitment, retention, academic programs, student support, and many other areas. It will be a very powerful tool for Black Hills State. The last, but perhaps the most important topic under access is that of financial aid for our students. We have known for some time that Black Hills State tends to attract quite a few low-income students. In fact, BH has one of the highest percentages of Pell Grant recipients in the Board of Regents system, and we're at 34%. About a third of our students receive a Pell Grant. About 80% of our student body receives some form of financial aid, and even after federal, state, and university help, the average student still has more than $8,000 of unmet need. This means that many of our students rely on part-time work and student loans to fund their education. And even at that, the average student will graduate from BH with about $26,000 in student loans. While this is lower than the national average, it's plenty high. Our highest priority in fundraising has been scholarships, and many of you know that 1 year ago we celebrated the successful completion of a $45 million campaign that mostly raised dollars for scholarships. Today, we award about $2.5 million in scholarships to students, And just now, our foundation is kicking off a focused campaign to raise even more scholarship dollars. The goal in the next few years is to add $3.5 million in annual scholarships for recruitment and retention. These are much needed. And you may have also heard the wonderful announcement about a month ago when Denny Sanford and Premier Bank and Premier Credit Card announced a $50 million gift to start a needs-based scholarship program for South Dakota residents, with hope that the state will match it with another $50 million during this legislative session. Denny Sanford has indicated that he plans to give another $50 million to this fund in the next few years, and the goal is to have $200 million in the trust in 5 years. Only the earnings of the trust will be spent, but this could mean up to $8 million per year in needs-based scholarships for our South Dakota students. It will be a game changer and very clearly will open access to college for a whole group of low-income students who, quite frankly, cannot afford college right now. Let me turn to workforce, the second topic, for a few minutes and share some of our exciting work. One of the strengths of a regional public institution is that graduates tend to stay more locally or regionally upon graduation, more so than graduates of flagship or land-grant universities or even engineering schools. Consistently, about 70% of the graduates from Black Hills State stay in western South Dakota and the Black Hills to live and to work. So knowing this, it's our responsibility to be sure that we are as tightly aligned to regional workforce needs as we possibly can be, so that our students get jobs when they graduate, and so that our employers can hire graduates into their positions. We have been scrutinizing our academic portfolio and looking for areas to add or strengthen based upon workforce needs in the area. In this slide, the first 2 bullets are completed. Others are in progress, and some are still in the exploration stage, but every one of them is tied to workforce needs. The Bachelor's of Applied Science is a 2+2 program with Western Dakota Technical College, and it allows for full transfer of credits from any technical program into a bachelor's program with a focus on leadership and management. And we have enjoyed working with the U.S. Forest Service, state parks, and Nyman Enterprises to develop a forestry program. We hope for BOR approval in March, and the program will go live this fall. We are excited to stand up 2 centers at Black Hills State University, Rapid City, to directly address workforce needs. The first is the Center for Hospitality and Business, and within that center, we have just received BOR approval to offer a revamped associate degree in hospitality. The degree is structured after a learn and earn model where students are in the classroom about half of the time and working in the hospitality industry, shadowing, interning, learning the other half of the time. It's a 15-month program, 4 semesters, and it has emphasis areas in lodging, restaurant, events, and tourism. This program is highly collaborative with the tourism and hospitality industry, as we need sites to take on our students and do all this great hands-on learning. It officially launches this summer. This center is also offering customized training programs to business, and this fall offered a very popular strategic sales seminar. And they're also in the process of standing up a certified economic development program targeting people who work in Kory's line of work, but perhaps lacking training in the area or simply would like to advance in their field and become certified. This project has been in collaboration with Rushmore Regional Economic Development Group and the Governor's Office of Economic Development. The second center is the West River Health Sciences Center. It's a collaboration between Black Hills State, South Dakota State University, and USD, and Monument Health in Rapid City. And our goal here is to greatly increase the number of nurses that are available for employment. The idea with this is combining our associate degree in applied health sciences, which offers the pre-nursing curriculum, with the BSN programs offered by SDSU and USD. And then finally, you heard the great news with the South Dakota CEO Women's Business Center located on campus. They just received a new Small Business Administration funding to open a second center in Sioux Falls. One last center concept that I will share is with the School of Mines, and it focuses on strengthening our partnership with Ellsworth Air Force Base. We're in conversations with Ellsworth now, but the thinking is a third center in Rapid City with innovative delivery methods and programs like strategic communication, leadership, and technology. BH was able to gain approval as a GEM institution this past year, which allows us to offer the general education courses towards an associate degree for servicemen and women at the Community College of the Air Force. This is a step in the right direction. If I were to define higher education in 2021 and beyond, a word I would use is collaboration. We are collaborating with many entities to be even more effective in our work, which leads me to talking about Senate Bill 55. Last year, the legislature passed this bill, which forms a task force to study public higher education in South Dakota with the goal of becoming more efficient. The task force is composed of 20 individuals, including 4 legislators, 3 regents, businessmen and women, and 3 university presidents, including myself. We have been structured into 3 groups: an academics group, an administration group, and an auxiliaries group. They have asked us to leave no rock unturned as we explore how to be highly effective and efficient in the work we do on behalf of the citizens of our state. We've been hard at it since October, and we will wrap up our work this summer. I will keep you informed. I end by sharing 2 exciting projects that are underway. The first is a $9.3 million renovation of the library. The bid is finalized as of today, and the winning contractor plans to begin by February 1. The project will be completed summer of '22. It will not only upgrade the HVAC, electrical, lighting, restrooms, but it will also add a new elevator, have a complete student success center on the main floor, create a makerspace in the basement, and add a small addition to the second floor mainly for study space for our students. It will be beautiful and contribute greatly to the student experience at Black Hills State. And then finally, I end on our partnership with the City of Spearfish, and specifically the Jackson Street project. The corner of Ames and Jackson Boulevard will be transformed this summer when the stoplight is removed, a roundabout is installed by the city, and Black Hills State partners to place a sculpture in the center of the roundabout. The sculpture is currently under construction by artist Dale Lampier, a graduate of BH. The sculpture is entitled The Hive and will serve as a gateway to Black Hills State. We're very excited to add to the community's already impressive public art collection as the Jackson Street project comes to completion. I hope the message that you have heard today comes through loud and clear, and that is BHSU is your partner. We care deeply about Spearfish and about economic development. In fact, we clearly see ourselves as part of the economic development formula, and we look forward to growing together. Thank you.
Spearfish is fortunate to be home to hundreds of outstanding businesses. Each year, SEDC recognizes 2 of those businesses at our annual meeting for the impact that they have had on our community. The Spirit of Enterprise Award was created in 2002 to recognize the entrepreneurial spirit of those who take risks and make the investment of time and money to grow a small business. Past recipients of the award include Quark Technology, the Crow Peak Brewing Company, Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, and most recently, Recreation Station. It is with great honor that the Spearfish Economic Development Corporation presents the 2021 Spirit of Enterprise Award to City Brew of Spearfish.
So we had City Brew in Qdoba in Gillette. We opened that about 10 years ago, and 5 years after we've been there, We thought we were going to come to Spearfish, take a look at this market, and this was home for us. So we did our due diligence and decided there was a need for our business, and thus we're here 5 years later.
We're blessed with these great people that we get to work with, and depending on the time of the year, we have between 20 and 25 employees.
In fact, some of the criteria that we use when we're looking to hire employees, it's 3 things, and it's really simple. You got to come to work when you're scheduled. You got to work hard when you're here, and here's a biggie: you got to have fun.
We have an amazing relationship with our customers. We want them to feel welcome, like this is their third place. They have work, home, and this is their other place where they can be themselves. And our goal is to provide our customers with a great product in a timely manner, in a clean environment with friendly people, and to promise them that we believe in coffee without compromise.
And in that, we work really hard to meet really high standards in customer service.
We really feel, Joe, my dad and I, and my mom, who could be with us here today, feel like we need to give back to this community that's been so good to us and to our staff. And so we really look forward to a few events that we've kind of taken under ours and loved on a little bit. So throughout the year, it's sprinkled, but one of the bigger ones is probably hospice that we're really emotionally tied to and donate to that, along with lots of great other nonprofit organizations.
I mean, how many people get to call Spearfish, South Dakota home? In my pursuit of jobs over my railroad career, we were always driven to come back to Spearfish. And we lived in a lot of different states, but every time we drove home to see family, my wife and I would look at each other and say, why do we look any farther?
So anytime I get to see Lookout Mountain, that is where we looked out, that was like one of our first views. And so now we get to see it every day out the window.
Winning this award means everything to Tracy, Colleen, and I. It solidifies what we had hoped to create. It tells us that other business leaders in the community recognize what we've been trying to accomplish. And also it says that our customers appreciate what we've been doing, our service, our product, and hopefully we can do this 5, 10, 15 more years.
It is a great honor that we are here today to present the Spirit of Enterprise Award to Joe and Tracy from City Brew of Spearfish from the Spearfish Economic Development Corporation. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kevin. This is an honor. We appreciate this and everything that economic development has done for the community and for Spearfish welcoming us. Thank you so much.
Yes, I echo that Spearfish Economic Development plays a big role in this community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. The Award of Excellence was established in 1999 to annually recognize a business which best exemplifies dedication and commitment within the areas of business development, capital investment, and job creation. Past recipients of this award include Ainsworth Benning Construction, Spearfish Forest Products, Black Hills Energy, Prairie Hills Transit, and most recently, the Connect Home Center. This year, it is the Spearfish Economic Development's great honor to present the Award of Excellence to Pioneer Bank and Trust of Spearfish.
The history of Pioneer Bank and Trust, the bank was started in 1913 by two Clarkson brothers, F.M. Clarkson and H.W. Clarkson, in Buffalo, South Dakota. So it's been in existence for going on 108 years, and it has been family owned that whole time. So that's pretty unique in today's banking environment. Pioneer Bank employs 14 people here at our location. That includes people in our trust department, our mortgage department, and our wealth management department, as well as the retail banking side. We have tremendous employees here at Pioneer Bank and Trust. They come to work every day with the goal of exceeding customer expectations, and they do a great job. You know, nobody's perfect, but we do a tremendous job of taking care of our customers. I just value these employees so much, and they do such a great job with working with our customers and taking care of our customers.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
So the bank in Spearfish opened its doors in 1961. You hear about our ads, being local, and I believe that is real, and I believe there's a lot of value to being local. Local decision making on loans, local giving, local ownership. I will tell you that most of the time when I take a loan to credit committee or to the board, I'm pretty sure that the people who are making the decision on that loan with me know who I'm talking about. I love Spearfish. I moved here in 1987. I'm kind of dating myself, but I moved here in 1987, and I've seen this community just grow, and I've seen the leadership of this community take Spearfish and just keep bringing it to another level. I love the progressiveness. I love the community pull together when something needs to happen. It's just a great community to be a part of. It's obviously a beautiful place to be, and it's been my best move ever coming to Spearfish. Pioneer Bank and Trust supports the community in a lot of ways. Through the financial support that we give through the bank, giving by the Clarkson Foundation. Also, our employees are involved in many organizations supporting the community in that regard. And our owners give and participate personally as well. It's so important to support the community. Receiving the Award of Excellence is quite an honor. I might have a little bit unique perspective on this, as I was on the board of directors for a number of years, and so I know what the criteria is, and to be recognized by SEDC for this award is truly an honor. I look at the list of previous winners, and it's pretty impressive, and so I'm really proud to be recognized by the SEDC, and it's again quite an honor to be recognized like that.
We are here at Pioneer Bank and Trust with Tom Dice and the gang to present the 2021 Award of Excellence from the Spearfish Economic Development Corporation. Congratulations, it's quite an accomplishment.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. On behalf of the employees and the owners of Pioneer Bank and Trust, just like to say thank you for this award. It's really an honor to receive it, and we're so proud to be a part of SEDC and support the organization. So
thank you for everything you do for our community too, you guys. Thank you so much.
And thank you too.
Yep. SEDC also created the Emerging Business Achievement Award in 2020 to honor startup businesses that demonstrate successful business practices, practice civic engagement, and partner with other businesses in the Spearfish community. The inaugural award was presented to Antunes Cuisine in November of last year in conjunction with National Entrepreneurs Day. As we draw to a close, I want to again thank the SEDC Board of Directors, the SEDC membership, SEDC staff, and the City of Spearfish for all of your support. We look forward to another successful and exciting year in 2021. Thank you, and have a good day.